Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would come on and show you what I have been busy making and a little bit of an update on my scrap box. I have been die cutting and packaging things for embellishment swaps. So I thought I would come on and kind of show you my progress. So bear with me. My desk is hugely messy. I'll try to organize as I go. Okay, so the journal you have seen, and I have received my sewing machine, my new sewing machine. I now have a Singer Heavy Duty 4452. And my hope is to start sewing some embellishments, but I did some little like pockets on some of these little signatures, actually on all three of them, using music sheets. And then you watched me make some tags. I don't think I did these ones on camera. I can't honestly remember. I feel like I've been crafting non-stop. So tags, tags. So we have all kinds of tags. We have postcards. You would have watched me do these guys on camera, so I'm not going to spend too much time on those. Another postcard. These I sewed off camera, and it was while I was still trying to figure out the tension on my machine, so they're not great, but I was going for like a zigzag stitch. So these I'm hoping will be the inside cover and back cover of the journal. These need backing. More tags and maybe tuck spots. I made some little 3x3 cards, just kind of using some scraps that were sitting on my desk. More little tags. These are upcycled clothing tags, actually. And again, all using the same sort of colors. These all need backing. Covered paper clip. And these are double-sided. I'll probably make some more little paper clips. Just die cuts. Not really. This one's another upcycled clothing tag. And then I just started throwing some little scraps and snippets together. And I don't really know how I'm going to use these yet. Some of them don't actually go with the coloring of my journal, but I'll show you anyway. And I'll probably just pop the rest aside. And you can see all the little flowers and stuff. This was all just me sitting here die cutting and punching and trying to use little tags and things that were, whoops, on my desk. I'll probably keep this one in the collection. Yeah, so I've been busy. I just haven't been filming. So I'm going to put these guys aside because they don't really go with my colors. And I still have all of this, and there's quite a good sized pile on the floor. So that's kind of the project update for now. I will probably, that one kind of goes. Those ones go. These ones don't really. Yeah, these ones go. So I'm going to probably cover the back of these, and I will be back. All right, so the project for today is junk envelopes. Please excuse the lighting in here. We are getting some rain, and the sky got very dark very quickly, so I suspect we are probably also going to get some thunder. But I am looking through some of the little things on my desk. So first things first, these two don't really need covering. First things first, I'm going to cover the parts of this envelope that are a little bit beat up or that have like logos and stuff on them. But first, I think I'm going to cut this one down. It's just a little too big. The size of my journal is 7 1/4. Could probably use parts of that. And I think these are probably standard size envelopes. They are. Maybe I could fold this one. I think I like it better tall. All right, and I'm going to keep these because I can probably use parts of that paper to help me cover. And I kind of like the blue that's in the background, so I don't think I'm going to cover that. This is actually a great spot to use some of the little clusters I made. Just like that. I decided to go with these little clusters because they were already made, and also I didn't want to add a lot of bulk to these envelopes. Normally I like to cover them with paper, music paper and like thin paper, but I decided just to lean into the clusters, and I went off camera and grabbed my baggie of vintage stamps. Some of these are like, I don't know, I think I found a couple that are like almost 100 years old. It's crazy. And I just decided to start throwing these on the clusters just to make them a little bit more substantial. And I went a little bit over the top, but in the end, they're not too bad. I'm just also using some washi. When I coffee stained or tea stained the envelopes, some of the adhesive on the inside of the envelope that holds the plastic down actually stained the front. So I wanted to just kind of cover that. And these are my little dollar store embellishment packs. I've been getting a lot of mileage out of these. If you see these in your local store, grab them because they are so cute. I don't mind punching them out, and I don't sit there and fuss with the little pieces of paper that kind of stick out once you punch these out by hand. I just use my distress ink, and I feel like it blends into the background, but these were a great value. I have like, I don't know, 3 pads of these, and I have oodles more that are just different themes. I actually wish they would come out with some like traditional Christmas. That would be really cute. I've been using these forever. They're just so cheap compared to, you know, buying specific embellishment packs for collections. I don't use collections very much anymore. I just kind of tend to use my scraps and music sheets and, like I said, coffee dyed paper. I'm moving away from traditional scrapbooking and memory keeping. And this appeals to the thrifter in me as well. I love going treasure hunting, trying to find little doodads and paper things that can be used in a junk journal or even to make cards and memory albums. So the fact that these little embellishments are navy and green, and they've got a little bit of like a mauvey purple is kind of nice because it's forcing me out of my traditional colors. So I think I'm going to have to cover this. I will do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I covered it with paper, but because the paper was so thin, I ripped it. I'm going to actually do a double spine and see if I can't cover that. So for right now, I'm going to glue these down and maybe do some quick embellishing. And I will put you on fast forward while I do that. So for this part, I'm just using a Beacon 3-in-1 to glue these down. And I'm not really worried about that tear on the spine. I want to try something different to bind everything in this time. Also because the lace that I wrapped around the spine makes it really chunky. So I'm going to see if I can alter the way that I do the spine in. It'll essentially be like an invisible binding. So I'm just adding some little pieces and things from the pile there next to me. And I still have like a whole bunch, so I'm hoping to be able to use most, but not all of it in this journal. Okay. So here is where I can start filling up these little pockets. And I don't want to fill them. trying to keep the tags so they're pretty flat. I think that one's too big. Okay, so stop there, I think. And the plan is to put these, I might need another cardstock signature in here. But there we go. And the journal is already getting chunky. We're getting there. All right, friends. I guess that's it for me for now. I won't say for today, but I don't want to spend huge amounts of time editing this video down. So I made myself a list that I have up here on my desk. So layered pockets, check. What else have we got? Junk envelopes. And musical tuck spots, already done. Maybe we will work on some altered playing cards next. So stay tuned. That'll probably be in my next video. All right, as always, thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.